Greetings.
Hello.
My name is Ben, aka Downsize It, and I am joined by Social General Rob.
Hello.
And it's been a while since we've had a game together. Just real life scheduling being a problem sometimes.
On both our lives.
On both our lives, yes. So today, I have gone off the deep end. I've crossed the line over into cheese. I was not planning on doing this. If you guys have watched the Batrep that came out a couple of days ago that I had with Robbie, I made some changes, but the core of the list was still basically the same. And I'll go over more in detail that, but you guys can see this is a tournament list.
Yep.
You can see something is a bit different with mine.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I mean, that Quasar got a little bigger.
Yeah. I exchanged a small pizza slice for a really
bigger one, and you
slice.
lost a couple little snack bites down there.
So I'll go over the reasons behind everything. I do feel a little dirty because I feel like this is going to be a cheesy list, and I don't like cheesy lists, but this is a tournament. We'll see. Anyway, I'll go over that in the pregame interview. And Rob is going to be bringing a list that was submitted by Frans Odendaal.
Yep.
And an SSD list is one that I need to practice against as an SSD list, so that's good that I had this chance to try one. And it's one where I can put my money where my mouth is. I do not have kind words for the Superstar Destroyer.
He does.
The prototypes. I think the executors are great. You can't play with those in a 400-point game. I think the prototypes are trash, and I think they're easy to defeat. And we'll now see if I'm going to eat my lunch and have it thrown back in my face. I've eaten a lot of humble pie the past few games. You guys have seen I've been tabled quite a bit past few games, so I'm having to rethink, readjust, and try to recover and get back on a win streak with my practices. I'm glad I'm getting all this really horrible losing done before the tournament.
Exactly.
So,
you're right.
So this is a really tooled up Superstar Destroyer. We'll see if if it's actually put my money where my mouth is, like I said, and see if it's actually as easy to defeat as I think it is. So, or if it'll wreck my face. So, I'll go over the fleets in the mission. There's a lot of new stuff to go over, obviously, on my end, and then brand new for Frans Odendaal. Thank you, Frans, for submitting this. And then after that, you will see Rob and I deploying in a sped-up overlay while we discuss our strategy and tactics in the pregame interview. And just for warning, the pregame interview is going to be a bit longer as I go over the changes to my list, and Rob obviously goes over his list, so just be prepared for that. Okay, for my reimagined tournament list, I have Grand Admiral Thrawn back on the Chimera as an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer with the Chimera title and entrapment formation to start, and reunited with Commander Vanto, all is right in the world. Local fire control, advanced projectors, leading shots, and XI-7s to round it out. Then I have an ISD Kuwat refit with Emperor Palpatine, gunnery teams, leading shots, and expanded launchers. And for my squadrons, I have Merrick Steel and 3 TIE Defender squadrons. For the other Imperial list, submitted by Frans Odendaal, I have General Romodi on a Superstar Destroyer assault prototype with the Annihilator title, Emperor Palpatine, Agent Callus, Damage Control Officer, gunnery teams, quad laser turrets, point defense reroute, SW7 ion batteries, heavy ion emplacements, linked turbolaser towers, and XI-7 turbolasers. And for the squadrons, we have Valen Rudor, Mauler Mythal, and 3 TIE Advanced squadrons. For missions, I'm still keeping my fleet at 400. Frans Odendaal's fleet came in at 397. And Rob chose to be second player, so I had to choose from Franz's missions, and they are Advanced Gunnery, Asteroid Tactics, and Solar Corona. And then I chose to go with Asteroid Tactics, and Rob will get to place all of the obstacles, no station on this one, and then he'll place the Exogorse at the end of round 1. And in this mission, the Exogorse are special in that when they are placed, they cannot touch the same obstacle as each other. They have to be touching separate obstacles. Also special rule, If Rob overlaps an asteroid, he can ignore its effects and gets to recover one of his defense tokens in a readied state. Same thing with the unique squad. For me as first player, I may recover a defense token in an exhausted state, but I don't get to ignore the effects of the asteroid for running over it. So, coming up next, Rob and I will be deploying in a sped-up overlay while we discuss our strategy and tactics in the pre-game interview. Okay, so now that you've seen the fleets and the mission, first I want to go over the mission real quick. There has been some confusion in the past with asteroid tactics. At the bottom of it, it says that when you place the exogors, they have to be placed touching different obstacles. I take that as to mean, well actually let me get the card. Okay. So, I didn't see a clarification in the rules reference, but end of round, the second player places the 2 exogorth obstacles, each touching a different obstacle. So I took that as to meaning that they can't be on the same obstacle as each other.
That makes sense.
Right. Well, last time we played this, it was a couple months back.
Right.
Someone commented that they thought it meant that exogorths have to move. They can't be on the obstacle that they're currently on.
Oh.
So, but at the start of the squadron phase, you're removing the exogorths, so they're not on an obstacle when you place them. So I think the way that I'm going to play this, because the way that I think it happens is because at the start of the squad phase is when you remove the exogorths.
Right.
So they're not on the table. They've done their chomp attacks, they're off, you do the squad phase.
Right.
End of the round, you then start placing the exogorths.
Right.
And I think the only restriction is they can't be on the same obstacle. I think you can still place them, like if you remove an exogorth from an obstacle,
right,
you can place it back on the obstacle that it was on. I think that's still allowed. Because you could just swap the exogorths.
Right, yeah, that's true.
It's the same difference.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I think what it means, let me know if there's any clarification anywhere on this, where I'm interpreting this incorrectly, that all it means at the end of the round restriction for this mission is that the exogorths you can't have 2 exogorths on the same obstacle. That's the only restriction. And that's what we're going to play with today.
Right.
So, let me know if you guys think it should be interpreted differently, or if there's actually an official clarification somewhere on that.
Yes, please.
So, just let us know. But that's when we're playing it today. I just want to get that out of the way.
Remember, you're trying to get Ben ready for this. And if he does do asteroid tactics up there, we don't want him to go, wait, that's not how I did it before practice. No, wait.
Yeah, if I pick a mission that
exactly.
has that,
yeah. So you don't have to practice the wrong way.
Alright, so I'll go with my changes first.
Sure.
And first I'd like to apologize to Frans Odendaal. Because Frans submitted this list, and the other list we're going to be playing, we're going to try to get 2 games in today because it's been a while.
Right.
All those lists that were submitted when I hadn't made such a massive change to my tournament build. And I'd asked you guys to tailor your list to what the original build was.
Right.
But as you guys noticed, there's no longer Quasar and Gazanti, there is a Kuat on the board now, in addition to the Chimera. And that
minor change.
minor change. So I just apologize for that, but these were still designed to be like tournament ready builds that people were submitting, so I still need to go up against an SSD.
Right.
I'm sure maybe Frans might have made some changes if he would have known this was the list his list was going to be going up against.
Maybe.
So, but I just want to get that apology out there for now for Frans and anybody else that submitted lists before I made this change.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to stick with this change, so let me just go over my thoughts behind it. So, the past 3 games I played, 2 of them were on film, 1 was not. I've been tabled. And it's just been, basically as I've been playing more and as my opponents are getting more used to my list,
yep,
they're learning how to beat it, and Thrawn is dying too fast, and once Thrawn dies, the Quasar dies fast, and then the game's over. And I've been playing a bit more aggressive with Thrawn because I need his gun, which is the Star Destroyer. But that's been costing me. So one thing that, when I played against Robbie yesterday, you guys have already seen it, it's actually released now, the day that we're filming. I made the decision to try out a Kuat build for the Chimera instead of an ISD2, to try to get, with expanded launchers, to try to get a bit more punch out of the Chimera, and to get around thermal shields, so that when I'm attacking out the front, I'm still going to have 5 dice, so they reduce my dice by half instead of only 4 dice. And it sort of worked, but it was one of those where it also didn't feel right for me because it wasn't my true Chimera. It was just, my OCD was just going absolutely bonkers when I was playing that game yesterday, and because it wasn't an ISD2 Chimera, it was just bothering me a lot. But what I did discover is the power of the Kuat, and I had an idea, and the power of Palpatine, because I put Palpatine on the Chimera, and how much Robbie hated it. And
he's a pain. Yes, he's a pain. I hate him too.
So I was like, you know what? I like having the Kuat as just a big hammer and a gun, but I want my original Chimera. So I was up I couldn't sleep last night. I was up all night last night after I finished editing the video and started uploading it. So just trying to think about making adjustments and then the compromises I'd have to make. And this is where I arrived. I got back to my original Chimera, so my heart is happy. It's the ISD2 Chimera, it's the original loadout, and I have Vanto back, Thrawn and Vanto back together, the way they should be, so that makes me happy. But I dropped the Quasar and the Gazanti, and I had to drop some Defenders and Jendon to fit room for the Kuat.
Jendon?
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah.
But I think getting rid of the ability for Merrick to attack twice is worth adding a Kuat on the table.
Okay.
So, and my Kuat is loaded out for bear. It's got expanded launchers on it still. I know I've mentioned this in yesterday's game. Expanded launchers, you rarely get your money back. But, especially the way I'm going to be flying this Kuat, since it doesn't have Thrawn on, I'm going to be a little more reckless with it, getting in people's face right away.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get quite a few turns of just hammering people with 10 dice up the front. And just to have all that firepower hitting. And I put leading shots on there just to make sure I have the full, I can get rerolls.
Right.
And I put gunnery teams on it. Gunnery teams are not going to help me here. But the reason why I put gunnery teams on it, and Robbie and I discussed this yesterday, is because I'm going to be seeing a lot of MSU lists, especially we think a lot of hard sell MSU.
Definitely.
So I'm going to want to be able to shoot twice with my big gun. So that's why I put gunnery teams on there.
You can see 2 Republics do spots too.
Yeah.
That's another one too.
Yeah. So I'm going to want to be able to hit multiples. Now again, this is going to be a rare instance where I'm going to have one ship to shoot at, but it's still one I'm going to have to learn how to play against. So this game, the gunnery teams is doing nothing, but that's fine. I need to have take all comers build.
Right.
And I loved having Palpatine, the annoyance that he is to the opponent.
Yeah.
One moment, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And that was just our pizza being delivered. Our lunch. So, where was I? Oh yes, so the Kuat. As you guys saw yesterday with Palpatine, it basically got to the point where I was able to drain Grievous of his command tokens very fast because Robbie had me double arced. He had to spend tokens to shoot at me. And when I shot at him, he saddled me. That means he had to spend another defense token. So he just had to drain through his defense tokens very fast every time he targeted me. So at the end, basically the next round, I was able to have a free-form shot on him with no defense tokens on Grievous.
Right.
The reason why I'm keeping Palpatine on the Kuat is that I'm going to be running the Kuat. The plan is, again, I'm not going to be very delicate or elegant with the Kuat. It's designed to just be a blunt force hammer.
Right.
Get in the enemy's face and just start hitting them hard. And if the opponent wants to shoot at it, they're going to have to start spending defense tokens.
Right.
And while they're spending those defense tokens, that's something I'm throwing on the table. I still have an IC2, my Chimera, with Merrick and 3 defenders.
Yep, your rapier.
Yes.
Yep.
So, this is one where I'm still getting, my favorite ship and my favorite loadout of my favorite ship, and I still get defenders. I still get my favorite squad in Merrick Steel. But I don't have to put the Chimera front center anymore as my main weapon. My main weapon is now the Kuat. And if the Kuat, if I sacrifice and it dies, it's still expensive. It's like 130 some odd points, I think. But it's not 190. That the Chimera is, and it's not a massive loss like losing Thrawn.
Right.
So I can throw the Kuat away, but it's not really throwing it away because the Kuat's going to do its work before it dies.
It's going to cost
the opponent
to drop it.
Yeah. So, again, I feel a little dirty because this is a cheese list. I would never bring a list like this in a casual game with Rob or Robbie or Buster or anybody like this because, I mean, I don't know. I've never played a list like this before in 400 points.
No, we have done cheesy lists before.
We've done cheesy lists, and this feels like this is going to be oppressive. But we'll see how it plays. I don't know. We'll see. I still can't be too reckless. Like in this list, I can't just fly in front of this SSD.
Please.
Because, I mean, you guys know, I talk trash about the SSD prototypes, and I do, and we'll see but if you fly right at it, then they are good. You get 6 shields in the front and you're throwing 9 dice, base.
Yep.
With gunnery teams, so I can't just be reckless with it.
Right.
And I'm not going to be reckless.
Oh, you said you were going to be. Ben,
no.
Come on.
I have to have some finesse.
Right.
And now we'll go and talk about my strategy on this specific game.
All right.
How you beat an SSD, again, this is theorycraft. Like I said, I've never played against one. It's just, I've played with them, and I kind of felt out their weaknesses by playing with them. Especially the prototype, because it has a lot of weaknesses that when you get to the executor, the big bet, ones that it removes those weaknesses. If you get to the side, they crumple. Your firepower out the side drops significantly than from your front arc, and your shields are trash on the side.
Okay.
So if I can get both of my Star Destroyers into your side, you'll never shoot at me out of the front again because you just can't turn hard enough. And you're going to be taking a pounding from 2 ISDs in the side, and even with 22 health, you're not going to be staying up to that. Yes, I'll be draining my own defense doublings because you have Palpatine as well. I'm going to have to sacrifice my own defense doublings. But the return fire I'm going to be getting from you is going to be far less than if I just run right at you.
Right.
And the reason why I think that's easy to do, even if you start planning nabs early to start turning early, I'm still faster than you at being able to go speed 3, and I'm still more maneuverable than you, especially with my fleet commands. Take evasive action.
Right.
Now, again, this is all theory. I'm just talking about this. I've never actually put it into practice. We'll see if it actually plays in practice. But my goal is to get to the side of the SSD, and then I think it'll just be over. But if I can't get to the side of you, if you manage to trap me in your front arc, then it'll be over the other way.
Yeah.
Because even 2 Star Destroyers like mine will not stand long to the front of an assault prototype Super Star Destroyer.
With gunnery teams.
With gunnery teams, so you can do both shots out the front. So I still have to be careful. I can't just be reckless. But I think because I'm going to try to use my superior maneuverability to get to your side, and if I can get into your side, then I think the game's over. But if I can't, but I think the game's over the other way. I think this will be a fast game no matter what.
It will be a fast game because as we discussed before we were setting up, we have less pieces than we normally do.
Far less pieces than we normally do.
So it's going to be like, one phase done.
And also, just because of the brutal nature of both of these lists, I mean, I have brutal firepower, you've got brutal firepower, and if they're applied correctly, chips are going to drop fast.
Right.
And again, I'm talking a big game on how much I don't like the prototype SSD and how I think they're easy to beat. I might be eating dirt. Eating dirt here, and being humbled again. We'll see.
You never know.
Yeah. So anyway, those are my reasons for the change. And let me know what you guys think about the change. As always, the giveaway for these is just talking about the game, the strategy, and the builds for tournament prep. And let me know if you guys think this is a cheesy list that I put together. And if it is, that's okay, because it is a tournament that I'm going to. And if some of you guys might think, hey, I just feel dirty. But anyway, well, I just need to, I had to staunch this bleeding that I've been having of all these getting tabled 3 times in a row. It really has an effect on you. And I gotta be honest with you.
It does. It does. It does. Thank you.
So yeah.
Thank you everybody who's tabled in, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aaron and Robbie, man, you guys have been putting the hurt on me lately.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I've talked enough. So Rob, why don't you talk about Frans Odendaal's list? And he sent you like a minor dissertation, I think, with the list.
Yes. Frans, Corporate General, Frans Odendaal has sent me out a very good battle plan for each of the objectives that Ben might have chosen, in fact. So, we have the SSD, which Frans did not. Well, he might have gleamed at one of your past Batreps or AMAs. That Ben's not too thrilled with these. He thinks that they're easy to take out and all that. And he knows that Ben will be facing probably at least one.
Yeah.
He probably be facing at least one. So he wanted to give you that.
Yeah.
And so he wrote it all out. So, talking about Palpatine on yours, we got Palpatine on here.
Yep. That's almost standard. I don't think I've ever seen an SSD build on any Batrep I've ever seen that does not have Palpatine.
Right.
It's like you put an SSD and then you just add Palpatine. It's just 3 points.
Add more pain.
You always put Palpatine on an SSD, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's just. I've never seen one run without one.
Yeah. It's like Gendron and Steel, right?
Yeah.
But not to already salty wounds. But he also, this is back when Ben, like Ben said earlier, when he first made the Thrawn list for the tournament. So he's like, okay, he's got 6 defenders out there. All right. So we got Callus on here. We have point defense reroute, and we have the quad laser turrets.
And you have the Annihilator title.
And we have the Annihilator title.
The Annihilator.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a great anti-squad build to help if you get overwhelmed by squads to just hammer the squads back.
Right.
And even though I don't have 6 defenders, I still have 4. 3 in Merrick.
Right.
You're still going to need it.
Right.
Those anti-squad abilities.
Exactly.
And I have to be careful because with the squads you have, plus your anti-squad ability,
right.
I mean, my defenders are going to melt to that.
Yep.
So
he also put on damage control officer. He said no SSD should come. No, SSD should come with damage control officers. It is a bad reason not, or a dumb reason not to have one on there.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not going to help you this game because I don't have any specialty crits.
No,
but you are right on that. I should have actually said Palpatine in damage control.
Right, yeah.
You get 4 officer slots in an SSD, so that's one of the good things about them.
Exactly. So,
and the reason why I got see damage control officer on other ships is because your 1 officer slot you want something else.
Yep.
But with an SSD, if you can stop the specialty crits coming in as well,
yep,
it just makes it even harder to take down. And you have the officer space.
Yep.
Just throw a damage control officer.
Now he does. Now we're doing Romodi, of course, our channel's favorite.
That we've never actually. I think maybe once I've actually had a Romodi actually do a Romodi thing.
And maybe once I did too. Maybe.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah.
For some reason, when we get Romodi, all of a sudden the obstruction just disappears. We never have obstructed shots ever. So I don't know what it is. It's a curse for the channel.
Yes, it's curse. So poor Romodi. But he's on here, and he's leading the true Imperials, by the way, as Thrawn said. These are the true Imperials, not these false ones that are trying to come in here. Yeah.
Great words there, Frans. So, I have the true Emperor on my fleet. You have the clone Emperor.
That's what you think, because we were trying to debate about that. How do we know which one's a clone?
Yeah, how do you know which one's the real Emperor and which one's the clone Emperor?
So, he's also got high ion emplacements on him. He's got XI7s. We got the laser turbo turns, which are also great for squads as well. And I think I mentioned everything on here. Yeah. It's kind of a beast. Now, to me, it's a dream come true. Because Ben has always played this ship against me. Not always, but he's played this ship.
Well, the executive version. So
Executive
version.
version.
Prototype.
Yeah, but still.
It's in our 600 to 800 point games.
Right, yeah, but still, it's nice to actually play one. You know, it's like, oh, thank you, Frans. So it's like, yes, thank you. So he made a really good list, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this guy. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be quick. At least that's what Ben and I think.
Yep.
I mean, hopefully it goes. Doesn't close out of the water each of us. But I think this will be a good one. I really think it'll be a good game. Good practice for you. Good practice for me in a way, since I've never used this ship. Most of the stuff on board, there's a few things like Annihilator, Reroute, Point Defense Reroute I have not used. I've looked at Point Defense, but I never really used that. So I think a lot of these things are going to be interesting for me too. But like I said, Frans has a big, as Ben has said, just a big tactical review of how he wants things, how he would play it if he was him. So I'm going to be doing my best to do that. We'll see what happens.
All right, so Rob and I will plan our dials, and just to let you guys know this right now, Rob is starting at speed 1, my Kuat with Palpatine starting at speed 2, Thrawn starting at speed 3, and Rob is getting a pass token because he's second player, not numbered 2 to 1. So we'll get our dials planed, and then we'll be back at the start of round 1. Start of round 1. You guys see the Exegorths there. With this mission, they don't go out at the start of the game. At the end of round 1 is when Rob will place them. As usual, entrapment is what I start with, but I'm not changing it yet. No Thrawn dial yet as well. Got Palpatine on the Kuat, my blunt force hammer. The candelabra style defenders here, that's Merrick. And we have Thrawn back on his true Chimera, the ISD-2 with the true loadout. All is right in the world. Then we have the Annihilator, the Super Star Destroyer commanded by General Romodi. Valen Rudor is the TIE fighter on the left there with Mauler in the middle. And they're being escorted by 3 advanced. That is going to be a lot of escort I have to get through to go after his aces. Alright, starting with Ron, I already messed up, but anyway, we'll just go with it. It's engineering taking a token. I can't do Vonto because taking a token is not counted as resolving a command. That's one thing I've been doing wrong with Vonto for years, but I'm going to make sure I do it correctly. That's alright, I just kind of screwed up there, but we'll have to recover.
Alright, the Annihilator is up on a commands with a navigate dial. We take the token automatically for the SSD, but he commands the SSD to go to speed 0, and I stay put.
Okay, going with the Kuat, it's a navigate, and I'm speeding up to speed 3. I'm just going straight. Alright, squad phase. It'll be movement off screen as normal because there'll be no attacks, and then Rob will place his Exegorths, and then we'll be back at the start of round 2. Okay, start of round 2. No Thrawn dial, no fleet command yet. Squad phase, my squads, I just inched them forward and I've measured it to make sure, or kind of approximate the measurement, because I had a feeling that's where the Exegorth was going, as you can see. To keep them out of range if it's attacks for squad phase this round. And the other Exegorth came out here as well to try to threaten Palpatine on the Kuat. Okay, going with my Kuat, it is an engineering, I'm taking a token, and I'm going to take just a little pot shot, long range, front to his port side, barely in range, but I am going to be going over the Exegorth. So it's just going to be 2 red. I'm actually not even going to go to the trade for this.
You got Palpatine on the SSD.
Yep, I'm spent a contain to take the shot. And it's going to be 2 reds. I'm just going to take it here. No defense because he's at speed 0. So 3 damage. So shields go down on his port side. He's at speed 3 currently. I'm just going to do a little side jank like this. Like so. Okay, Rob decided to use his pass token, so it's back to me. Thrawn, it's a navigate. I'm using it. Getting an extra click at the 1. And moving up like so. And that's mainly just to say that I used it. And then using Vonto to give myself a nav token. Not very efficient. I'm kind of all out of sorts, guys, right now with my planning, because how I have to do all my dials is so different now. So so these are not the most ideal way. You're gonna take some practice doing this new build that I have here.
All right, the Annihilator is on the move. It is a engineering dial, which I'll be using, which actually gets all my shields back up that he took away.
Because he gets a token as well. Huge chip.
Yep.
He gets the 6, so shields just raised back up.
Pop them right back up. Not a problem. So now I'm going to be taking 2 shots from the front of the Annihilator into the side, the port side of the Kuat. And then I'll be taking a side shot into the side, again, of the port side of the Kuat as well.
These are all long-range shots.
And I use my navigation token to put my speed up.
Alright, it's not going to matter, but just so you remember the rules,
Right.
Rob's spending both of his contains for both of these shots. I don't have any more attacks coming in, so it's not going to matter. Now, what shot do you want first, side or front?
Oh, let's do front, please.
Alright, so you get 5 red.
Do not believe. Because you're auto. Okay. Romodi again does not work.
Yep, no obstruction. I don't know if we'll ever get a Romodi shot in this game. So, front to side, 5 red. Another quad. Pretty mediocre. An accuracy and 2 hits and a couple blanks. You do have turtle laser towers.
Yep.
So we roll a blank.
Yes.
Okay, accuracy, 2 hits and a crit.
Okay, we're gonna accuracy. These yours right here. But accuracy.
It's full health. 3 shields.
We'll actually embrace.
Redirect. Yep, I can only redirect 1. So I'm going to redirect 1 to the aft and then take 2 on the side. So my port shields and my aft shields are down to 1. And your side shot is 3 reds.
Alright.
Same location and to the side.
Same location. Let's go right home.
Accuracy, hit, crit.
Okay, we are going to accuracy your. You'll actually brace again. And then, yeah, that's.
And then redirect to the front.
Yeah.
So front goes down by 1 and my port shields go down. Yep, and he's using a starting speed at speed 1 and then just has to go straight. As you cannot adjust turns on that super starter unless you have dial or judge rod. Alright, so that's everything. Exogors have no attacks. No one's in range, no squadron range to do their attacks, so they go away. Then squads, again, it's just going to be movement, no attacks this round. So I'll show you where everyone goes and where the Exogorths go at the start of round 3. Start of round 3. Thrawn dial has been revealed. It is a navigate command. I have swapped to take evasive action and activated it. For my squad movement, my squad's moved up in between both the Chimera and the Kuat to stage, and you can see an Exogorth went there at the end of the round. Other Exogorth went here, and Rob's squads dispersed themselves and basically have provided a screen so that my defenders can't get in to do bombing shots without being engaged with some other squadron. I do have a feeling, though, that squadrons will be engaging this round, at least with each other. We're going with the Kuat. Here's an engineering, and I'm using its token. We get 6 engineering and raising up its port shields here that got dropped all the way back up to 3. And I will be using Thrawn's nav dial. But first, I'm going to be doing some flagging. I'm not in any ideal position to shoot at the Kuat yet, and I don't want to spend defense tokens from Palpatine for just little plink shots. So we will flat first, out the side. Both of these advanced are in my blue-black range, and then all the other ones are just going to be in blue range. And we're just going to do it here, not going to go to the tray. Start with this advanced for 2 damage. Then this advanced for no damage. I will leading shots for 1 damage. And then on, let's see, that one is smaller for nothing. Leading shots. Wait, I have no dice when I do that.
Okay.
Valen for nothing. Wow, well, these are my bombing shots with my defenders. These crits I'm rolling. And then on this, out the front, on that advance, takes 1. At least I hit the ones that don't have scatter. So how's that? That's something. Then movement. I'm moving, staying at speed 3, using the nav dial to get an extra click at the 1 and take evasive action, extra click at the 3. And this maneuver, yeah. You guys can't quite see that. Let me move the camera back. There we go. Got these nice, light, tight turns that Star Destroyers can do with navs and take evasive. Oh, and then this is where we get the fun of getting in close to a Super Star Destroyer. All that plastic.
Alright, so it is the Annihilator's turn. It is a squadron dial, which I will be using. And I get squadron token automatically. But I'll also be shooting out of my, what is it, the
Port Auxiliary.
Port Auxiliary, thank you. Side into the front of the quad.
And just so you guys can see the moves you've already made, this right.
Sure.
You do this one at a time normally, but sometimes it doesn't matter. We try to do squads in groups just to make it easier. This advance move first, getting in range of both of these defenders to lock them down, but out of range of that Exegorth and out of range of this Exegorth, and he's going to make an attack. Coming in behind him is going to be Mauler, same thing, just grabbing these two out of range. I've already taken the damage that these two are going to take, but technically that damage has not happened yet. And then he will then do his attack, basically after these defenders. And depending on if these defenders are alive, after he does these squad moves, because we'll be doing those, I'll just take a picture and describe where they go on all of his squad activations. He does have these defenders in long range for flacking. He has them in long range as well, but they're obstructed, so he'd have to get rid of his red dice.
Right, which is not.
Yeah,
Nothing.
and he is just barely out of long range of the Chimera with the side shot. It's cardboard to plastic, not cardboard to cardboard. We just measured it.
Are a millimeter difference again?
Yep. All right, so we're starting with the advanced. Which defender did you want to attack?
We'll take the one in the. Take the one in the front.
Okay, so guys, this will be the defender that's at the front left of my defender ball. You see there? This is the advance coming in, making his attack. 3 damage, so that defender goes down to 3. Then Mauler comes in, that defender goes down to 2. And the other defender goes down to 5. I'm assuming you want Mauler to try to kill 1 on 2?
Yes.
Alright, so 3 blue, just need 2 damage. 1 damage, but Mauler has Swarm and you have a buddy in range helping you.
We'll swarm that.
You got it, so 1 defender goes down. That was very efficient. Okay, so, oh, sorry.
Alright. I sent the other 2 advance. They're over there by Van. And they're going to come in, they're going to hit the Quat or Palpatine ship right in the rear end, where he only has 1 shield left. And 1 blue each.
1 black, actually, I think.
It was blue.
Not 4 hands.
Well, they must have been in the shadow.
Yeah, it's black.
Oh, even better. I thought. Alright. And
First advance, 1 damage, I'll just take it. Second advance, 1 damage, I'll redirect to my starboard side. So rear shield's down, starboard shield's down to 2.
okay, so I have Valen flying across here. He's going to be attacking the starboard side of the quad. And let's see.
Hit, I'll just take it. Shield's down to 1.
Okay. Now for my auxiliary side shot into the front of the quad.
2 red, 2 blue, and a black.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 shields there, guys. 3 shields on my port, 1 shield on my starboard. And he's spending contain to take the shot because of my Palpatine.
Yep.
The true Palpatine. Oh, that's pretty good. No accuracies. At least not yet.
I think I'll turbo laser that red crit.
Yep, try to get an accuracy.
Yep.
It's a blank.
Figures. Alright.
And that's it.
Annihilator can.
Annihilators for squads.
Yep. Squad. So that's it.
Alright, so I'm taking 5 damage. I'm going to brace and redirect. Now you pick your crit.
And I will do the heavy ion emplacements.
Okay, so heavy ions go off first. My starboard shields go down to 0. Front shields go down to 2. Port shields go down to 2. Then I need to take my 3 damage, redirecting 1 to my port side, so port side goes down to 1, and front shields go down to 0. So that was a pretty good hit, I'd say. Then your flak.
Yep.
Into my wounded defender.
Yes, please.
Get 1 red. To hit.
hit. I'll take the hit. I'll take the annihilate. I'll take the annihilate. Let's go for broke.
Nothing else you want to do right now?
I'll link turbo laser if I can. I use link turbo laser.
You can do it as many times as you want.
Yeah, I'll do link turbo laser first and see what I get.
Well, before you do that, you want to do something else with link turbo laser.
Oh, okay, I need to that type.
Yeah, you're only attacking one squad.
Right. So I'm going to add in black.
Okay. One hit.
Okay, then I have. Well, now that we roll the black one.
Okay, Annihilator. Hit. This defender has 5 health left, right, you guys? So you guys know. Your other option is now to use Link Turbo Laser Towers to reroll your red.
Yeah, reroll the red. See what we get.
Okay, Link Turbo Laser Towers. It's a blank. But still take 2 damage, so go down to 3. So that was a pretty effective attack sequence, considering the limited options I gave you.
Okay, we're gonna go straight. Still going at speed 1.
Okay, going with Thrawn, it's a squadron command. Only got 3 squads left to activate. 1 defender has dropped. But we're going to start with this defender. I have to attack the escort. And then Merrick and this defender, they're not being locked down. I'm going to be maneuvering them basically to try to end Mauler and this escort, depending on if I have to attack it multiple times. Then I'll be doing an obstructed flak out the side if they're still not dead. And I have a flak at this advanced right here. Won't kill it, but maybe just do some more damage to it to get it down. Okay, starting with my defender that's on 3 health, attacking the advanced that's on 3 health, so 2 blue, 2 black. For 2 damage, so I'm going to have to attack him. That defender's actually probably going to die now to the Exodwarf. That's okay. Taking my regular defender that's sitting on the Exodwarf, and he's flying over here to lock down Mauler and then attack the escort. Okay, my defender that is on the escort is moving to lock down Mauler and attack the advance that's on 1 health remaining. And I got it, so that advance goes down, and that's going to free up Merrick to go after Mauler. Not going to be able to kill Mauler, I don't think, but at least I can try and get some work on him, see if I can't hit that scatter and do some damage. Alright, Merrick is then moving to attack Mauler. Oh, it's full health right now. Fortunately, I did not get an accuracy. Yeah, and actually, Merrick can't turn. I can't do anything to turn to an accuracy. So 3 damage. Scatter. And then I'm going to flak up the side. It's obstructed into Mauler for damage. Oh, you burn your scatter. You're not going to burn your scatter?
No.
Okay. And then we will flak at the advance that's directly in front of Chimera for 1 damage. Okay, and then after my squad command, I had Vonto give me a nav token. I'm using that and the Thrawn nav dial to drop down from speed 3 down to speed 1. Because if I would have stayed at, I tried to do speed 2 hard turn, but I was going to ram into the Kuat. Don't want that to happen. Just turning like so. Alright, so that is, and this guy already went, so we're now into the squad phase. The only thing that happened is these Exogors, oh, you guys can see, this is where I, Defender and Merrick, out of Exogorth range. He is not. So we'll just do that right now.
Yeah.
Will the Exogorth eat that Defender? He does, that's cocked. He does not, so Defender takes 1 damage from the Exogorth. And the Exogorths go away, and we'll let Rob place those off camera, and I'll show you where they go, and we'll be back at the start of round 4. Okay, start of round 4. Another Thrawn dial. It is a navigate. No fleet command. I am choosing not to discard any right now, and didn't have a token to activate it because I spent the Vonto token to basically hard break with the Chimera. Here's where the X-Course went. This one went back where it was, and this one came out towards just out of range of Mauler, but within range to attack Merrick and my other defender if they are still being locked down and can't move away from Mauler. Okay, starting with the Kuat. It is an engineering, and I raised 2 shields, my engineering, and I'll be using the Thrawn nav dial, of course. I have a close range front to auxiliary port that I'll be taking, and then I have a medium range into the auxiliary port as well. I'm going to take that one second, I think, because I'm not sure if it's going to be worth taking. I don't know, I might decide to take that first just to do some plink damage, but I'm going to have to exhaust 2 defense tokens to take this shot. See if it's going to be worth it because of Palpatine. All the Palpatines. Alright, for my first shot, I think I am going to go ahead and do a plink side shot. See if I can get Rob to spend a defense token or something. My first shot, I'm spending a contain to make the attack because of Palpatine on the SSD. SSD is full up. I did not make an attack on it last turn, and Rob had healed. So, this is going to be a red-blue for my side shot. And I guess I probably should bring the SSD's myriad defense tokens over. Accuracy is not going to do me any good, so I'm just going to leading shots this. See if I can get like a double or something. Blank. So, not really worth it to spend a contain. Now I'm going to spend one of my redirects, but this is the shot that counts. So it's going to be 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black. Now this is where we're going to start working on the Annihilator. It's a really good start. Ideally here, oops, that was a hit. I want 2 accuracies to stop both of his braces, so he has to take all of it. Got 1 accuracy, I'll just set that to the side for now. Okay, I think I'm going to leading shots this. Well, that's a lot of damage. Being braced down is not going to help, so I'm going to spin this to leading shots. Leading shot to this black, both my reds and that blue. And I'm not going to get super greedy. I think that re-rolling my other 2 single blacks, but we're not getting that greedy. Another accuracy. Can we get it? I do. That's what I like to see. Alright. So both braces locked down, and that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 damage.
Alright, redirect, of course.
Wait, where are you redirecting to?
I'm going to redirect to the... Well, it's going to have to be the... What would you call that port front side?
Port.
Port, okay.
Yeah.
So port side will take... what am I taking?
You're taking 9. So port side takes 3, port auxiliary takes 3, and then it'll take 3 face down.
Well, the rear I can take.
Nope, you can only redirect to 1 whole zone. You don't have advanced projectors.
I missed those advanced projectors.
Yep. Can you imagine how strong an SSD would be if it could take a defensive retrofit, put advanced projectors on it? And I'm assuming you're going to contain?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so 3 face down. Starting to work on that 22 health.
You'll scratch the paint, damn it.
Yeah.
You'll scratch the paint.
Okay, using the Thrawn dial to slow down to speed 2. Just going to go straight. We are ramming, but I am going to get to the 1 on my ram. We both each take an additional face down. Get a little bit further in. About right there is about where I need to be. Always fun playing with this SSD. Plastic.
Kind of looks like a Starhawk, or a Starhawk making.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Alright, the Annihilator has a Confire dial, which it will be using, of course. And we're going to be shooting, I believe I'm only at long range to Thrawn.
Yeah, let's see here. Let me get a better angle if you guys can see. Long range to Thrawn.
Long range to Thrawn, and then close range, of course, to. And check the.
I've actually got Thrawn in your port, which is going to be better. So, Report. Long range into Thrawn, and then a close range.
I have both rear and
auxiliary into the quad. Alrighty. Anything else you want to do?
Only 3 red. Only the Thrawn now.
I'm not talking about your attacks.
No, I know that, but I'm taking care of it. Alright, anything else I want to do? I'm going to spend Squadron Dial.
Token.
Sorry about that. To move, I think an escort, the one that was damaged by your, what's his name there? Thrawn. Because Mauler can't move right now, he's locked down.
You're not in range to. The only one you're in range to activate is Valen or Mauler.
No, can't move up Mauler. I can't move him. Okay, activate him.
You can activate him. You are in range of Valen, and you are in range of Mauler. You're not in range of your advanced.
Alright, then I'm perfect into. Oh, how much health does that defender have next to Mauler? From the
This one?
Not that one.
This one? He's full health,
Full
6.
health. And I probably can shoot Merrick, right?
Oh yeah, Merrick's locking him down too.
And Merrick has 2 braces.
Yep.
Possibility attacks, I think that's No, I think it's gonna be Valen, and it's gonna be Valen's gonna be attacking the quad.
Okay, so do another bombing shot in the back.
Yep.
Alright, alrighty. What's the first shot we're taking?
Alright, first shot will be with the, let's just go with the rear.
Okay, one of each. Disco dice.
Yep, just go with
So you guys know, as on my Kuwat, I have 2 shields on the front and 1 shield on the port, and I have 10 health remaining. What do you want to spend? Let's get these in the frame so they can see what you think.
Again, I'll do the, bottom token there.
Contain?
Yes, contain, thank you.
The green one? Okay. Alright, that's what you got so far. Actually, hang on. Valen, we need a Valen shot. Squad 7 first. You do a damage, I'm just going to take it. So I have 9 health again. You didn't confire it, so just so you guys know, you have to decide when you do the confire dial that you're going to be doing the token at the same time. So are you going to...
Yeah.
Alright, so confire with the die, and then you have to spend the token. It's a blank, so spend it to reroll.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Good, okay, that's good. Alright. No blue charisma. Anything else? XI7s. I could do like turbo lasers if I wanted to reroll my red. I'm gonna leave the red where it is right now. No, let's reroll the red. Let's go for broke.
Same thing.
Alright,
Alright, so that's 5 damage. I'm going to brace to 3 and redirect to my port shield and take it on the front shield. So all my shields are down.
now we'll do the auxiliary.
Yep, so we got port auxiliary, 2 red, 2 blue, and a black.
I'll spend 1 brace.
And spending 1 of your braces to make the attack. Okay. Got an accuracy that time. That's bad for me. Doesn't help you, I have no shields.
Alright, see, stop your brace, obviously. So we can't, so take the full amount.
Okay.
I will.
It's linked turbo lasers is your only option right
Yeah,
now.
I'm turbo is going to happen, so I can reroll the regular hit on the red.
So what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Crit. Same difference.
Okay.
Burning my contains. It's all face down. So I take 5 face down. Alrighty. And then for your third attack.
Oh, yes, on the Chimera. I shall be shooting 3 red into that. We'll have to spend it on.
Yep, Palpatine's not on the Chimera. The Chimera is full health. This is a long range attack. Alright, 3 reds. Accuracy, crit, crit.
Either way, you just know. I'll reroll one of the crits with electric turbo towers.
Same thing.
Well, he's not a blank. I said as well. Anyway, I'm going to accuracy your salvo. I don't need anything more coming back at the shield balls.
Makes sense. I will brace and redirect. Brace to 1, and I will redirect to my F shield with my advanced projectile. And just so you guys know, Valen moved to here. Gosh, there's so many things. After his attack on the Kuat, and then just moving forward 1. See if we can make the Kuat fall off. Everything is just grinding together. This ramming. It's like a constant ram that's happening, I guess. Poor Kuat keeps getting removed from its base, and have to place back on its base, and not even fully on its base. Still not running over that asteroid, so you're good. Or maybe we have Thrawn on the Chimera. It is a squadron dial, and I'll be using the navigate dial that's fleet-wide. And starting with this defender first to try to take out Mauler. If not, then it'll be him to try to take out Mauler, and it's still not Merrick, but I prefer Merrick to be able to move away and do a bombing attack. Then after the squads go, I have a front to side port auxiliary, long range. And I'm going to be spending one of my green redirect to do that with Palpatine. And then I'll be doing a side flak into these advanced over here. All the things going on. Okay, we are starting with my defender that's on full health. That is just to the left of Merrick there, attacking Mauler. Mauler has 2 health remaining. These are Mauler's defense tokens. 2 blue, 2 black. 1 damage. No accuracies.
I gotta take it.
One scatter.
No, they're not gonna scatter.
So you're gonna go down to 1 health. Okay. That defender stays put, so he will be attacked by an Exegorth. He's not gonna get away. Then my defender that is on 2 health remaining. That is next to the Exegorth in the debris field. 4 damage.
Scatter that.
Alright, and he will not be able to move. That means Merrick then has to attack Mauler, which is unfortunate. 2 damage.
Brace that. No, wait.
You have 1 health remaining.
Scatter.
So burn the scatter.
Keeps you still.
Yeah, so everybody is going to be getting Exegorth attacks. I might actually choose to flak you then for my next shot. Now that you have the scatter going. Hang on a second, guys. I'm checking my range now. I was really expecting to get an accuracy there. Yeah. Rolled double blue, double black 3 times, and no accuracies. Nope, just out of flak, so I cannot kill them all with flak. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we are going to do my flak out the other side then on the advanced. I'm going to do that before I do my shot into the SSD. Advanced on 3 health. It's the one on the left there, guys. Leading shots for 1. And the advanced on 4 health for 1. So one is on 2, the other is on 3. And now for the long range shot. 4 reds into the auxiliary port. No shields there, no shields on the actual port side. He has 2 shields on the aft. And then these are his defense tokens. And like I said, I spent my green redirect to take this shot. Not bad. No way to reroll anything, so here we go. Just so you guys know, Vonto's giving me a nav. I haven't got to the squad command.
I know that text coming in.
Oh.
So I'll brace and redirect. I brace first and redirect first.
Yep, and I do have XI7s as well. So you are going to be taking one on the hull.
Yeah, that's only one, so all that. So we're going to brace to the front, redirect to the front.
To the rear, you mean?
Rear? Oh, you're firing the back.
Yeah.
So it'll be the rear, yep.
Yep.
And then we're bracing it down to 2.
Yeah. Bracing it 2, redirecting 1.
Mm-hmm. And you had a crit in there, so I couldn't get. I'll burn it down just to make sure.
Yeah. I don't think you want to take a face-up damage card.
No, particularly.
So.
But I was just checking.
Okay, jumping up to speed 2 with my Thrawn nav dial. And just doing a little side jank here to avoid the ram. Okay, then we have squad phase. I forgot to mark Valen, he already went. We got the 2 advanced. We got Mauler, but first we got some Exogorths to do some chomping. And also some squad attacks. We'll do that in the tray. I'll take a picture and let you guys know where his squads go, etc., etc. Alright, so first it's the Exogorths. Which one do you want to attack first?
Oh, the one with the 1 health.
Well, he has 2 health remaining.
Oh, 2,
But yeah, the Exogorth out of debris field attacking my 2 health remaining defender. And it's 3 damage. That defender gets eaten. Devoured, you could say. And the other Exogorth, who do you want him to attack first?
Let's go with Merrick. Just because.
Merrick. 1 damage. And the other defender, no damage. Yep, and Mauler was out of range. Alright, so now your squad activations. Which one are you activating first?
Okay, so...
Got an easy one. Mauler can do an attack.
Yeah, that's it, really. Yeah.
Alright, who's he attacking?
We'll hit the defender in front.
Okay, full health defender, no defense tokens, 2 damage. He goes down to 4. Alright, what do you want your advance doing?
Alright, they're going to come and join the fight over there.
Okay, so I'll show you guys where they move when we come back at the start of round 5. Start of round 5. Last Thrawn dial, it is an engineering. And then I activated take evasive action with my token from Vonto. My Kuat is on 5 health remaining. The SSD, I think, has 18 health remaining. This is where the advanced came, coming into lockdown, basically keeping us in range of this Exogorth, which Rob placed here. To keep Naman on the regular defender and Merrick, and also forcing me to attack the advanced. The other Exogorth came over here just to get out of the way of his own squads. Okay, starting with Palpatine on the Kuat. It is a navigate, and then and I'll be using it. Then using Thrawn's engineering dial to raise the shield on the front and the port. And I do have, it actually was much clearer than I thought, yellow dot to yellow dot on the front into the auxiliary port, and also a close range from the side into the auxiliary port. Okay, I'm spending both of my redirect defense tokens to take both of these shots. And I just counted up just to make sure the SSD has taken 5 damage, so 17 remaining. No shields on the port side, no shields on the auxiliary port, 1 shield on the rear. We're going to start with my side shot into the auxiliary port first. Red, blue, double black. that. Nope, we're gonna get greedy. Leading shots, everything. Same difference, except I get a crit now. Alright, 3 damage.
Alright, I'll spend a side shot, right?
Yes.
Redirect, because it's been a game.
Here, redirect 1, so you have 1 shield rate up 2.
Right. And then I have 2 more coming in. Probably going to use it. Probably going to use contain, just because I don't want to face up. I want to flame and then a brace, because.
Alright, so you should do the brace first.
Right,
Just so you know what you're kind of getting. You got 2 damage coming in now.
brace.
Redirect 1, contain, so 1 face down. Alright, so. Now for the big one. Front to auxiliary port. 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black. I think this might be the first game, or maybe my second game ever, where I've gotten 2 expanded launcher shots out of any ship.
No, it's true.
Already, it's made it worth it to me. Alrighty, here it comes. And boy, am I glad I have leading shots. Although it's not bad. I got 2 accuracies, but they're both blues. Man. Guess I can knock down both your braces with what I have here. But I still have some blank dice. Thing is, if I leading shots and don't get the other accuracy, I'm gonna hate myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that you have to take. If I do nothing, I'm just gonna do that. Lock down both braces, 8 damage. 4, 6, 8. Yep. You can bring your contain to take them face down.
My controller doesn't work. Right. Damage controllers here.
That just stops specialty crits.
Special crits, yeah. Well, burn. Yeah, I've got burning the
Yep.
yeah.
So 8 face down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now put this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I would have killed a Starhawk,
You would have.
but you're still alive with 8 health remaining.
Yep.
Now another important note, if I don't kill you, I have gotten past your half damage threshold, so I'm at least getting half points from your Superstar Destroyer. Just as far as tournament play goes, that's that kind of thing. And because Kuat went up fit, I had to remove it. It no longer gets to display itself, unfortunately. Using the nav dial to drop to 1 and getting extra click at the 1. Just making sure I'm staying in the rear arc and no double arcs on my heavily damaged Kuat.
Alright, now we got the Annihilator. Romodi gets to get a little excited. Gets concentrate fire, which I'll be shooting. You'd be using the entire dial, of course, and probably the token. I'll be firing out the aft right into the damaged Kuat, and firing out my auxiliary port side into the front of Thrawn himself. I will also be taking a flat shot into Merrick and the other defender and from my port side.
Right. The one into the regular defender would be obstructed.
Right.
Or you could choose just to do one flak and do the big shot with linked turbo lasers. So he'll have that option.
Yeah.
Alright, which one are we doing first?
Alright, let's go to the quad first.
Okay, and he's spending his green redirect.
Yep.
Take the shot. So we have Disco Dice. This is the Kuat's defense tokens. It has 5 health remaining, 1 shield on the front, 1 shield on the port side. Alright. Ooh, not very good.
Good for you and me.
For you. You have ways to mitigate.
Yep, I do. So, and I'll be using them. Alright, so.
Well, you only have, you can either use your Confire here,
Right. Bonfire or linked. Alright.
or both.
Well, both. Well, both. I'm both basically going to be using linked, probably. Don't use Confire here on the farm, so. Now, if we use Confire here, I'm going to try it.
Okay?
Confiring in a. I'm going to confire in a blue.
Okay? Hit.
I think it's the only one I need. Alright, and then re-roll the red.
Yeah, turbo with what? Well, Confire token, because you have to spend the Confire token. What do you want to spend the Confire token on?
Royal blue.
Okay. Accuracy.
Good.
Then linked.
Linked, yep.
Blank. What do you want like that?
Alright, well, I do like SW7s here.
It's going to be the same difference.
Alright.
Whether you lock down my brace or count that as a damage is the same difference.
Right. If I lock down the brace, it's basically I lock down the brace.
Okay, lock down the brace.
Yeah.
Burn a redirect, just take it on the shields. Yep. So now we have the Port Auxiliary into the front of Thrawn. The only damage Thrawn is taking, he has one down on his aft shield that he had redirected to.
Yeah.
So we get 2 red, 2 blue, and a black. And no Palpatine on Thrawn. Oh, you could have used that roll against the Kuat.
Yeah, right. Yes, I could have. Definitely could have.
Yeah. That's actually a really good roll.
It is. Not against Thrawn as much, but it's, Alright. I'm going to lock down your solo. Lock down your brace.
Okay.
Because your redress. They do matter.
Yep. They do.
Brace.
Advanced Protectors do get around XI7s.
Yep. But brace matters a bit more.
It meant, yes. So I will spend my redirect, and then which crit do you want?
I will take the blue crit, which does exhaust. It's the heavy ion placements.
Yep, so my front shields and both my side shields go down by 1. And then I am taking 4 damage with my redirect. Normally XI7 you only redirect 1, but with advanced projectors and the new wording of both cards, I can basically disperse 1 damage to each hull zone with my advanced projectors. So each hull zone is going to go down by 1. So my aft, both my sides, and my front. So my aft and side, my aft shields are 0, side shields at 1, and my front shields down to 2. That was actually almost as good as you could hope to do, except maybe getting this to be a double. That would be almost a perfect roll.
I didn't feel like you rolled.
Yeah, but no, that was a very excellent roll. As you guys see, HIEs are very powerful when they can cook off, combined with a lot of other dice. Alright, then flacking. You can either flak at Merrick and the other defender, but the other defender will be obstructed, or you can try to do like a super flak at Merrick.
Well, I believe Merrick might cost more anyway, so I think I'm going to super flak Merrick. Plus, it's a not obstructed shot.
Correct.
Trainer might doesn't help with that stuff. So.
Yeah. Alright, so we start with red-blue. Currently not going too great. We have ways to change things as you go along.
I do have an accuracy though. But alright, so I'm gonna do Agent Callus, I believe next. I'm gonna add in a blue.
Accuracy.
Okay.
Well, that's actually not bad. Both braces are going to be locked down.
Yeah, basically that's, I'm keeping that out.
Yep. Now what are you adding in for linked?
Adding in 2 black for link.
Oh, man. Both blank.
Really? Well, that really bites. Alright, and the link turbo lasers are going to be using
Blank.
Really? Well, that really stinks.
This is
well,
like...
wait, this against a squad though, right?
Yeah.
You get 2 dice.
And then you re-rolled a red.
Alright, so Callus.
We added Callus with the blue.
Blue, right?
You added this with linked.
Alright, so okay.
You re-rolled your red with linked.
So we're going to use Annihilator. So
Yep.
I don't think defense range. At close range. No, we're not in close range, are we?
It doesn't matter anyway, you haven't rolled any crits.
So I'm going to do Annihilator. We will re-roll the black because
Okay. So you get 1 damage in.
My gosh, roll that.
Yep. So may I make a suggestion for the next time, just for people thinking about this kind of combo? Your crits don't cause damage. when flacking.
Right. That distance angle.
They never do damage while flacking.
It was point.
Let you reroll
Right.
crits.
That's why.
So why would you reroll that? So, just for future reference, you got your accuracy. So what you want to add in is 2 reds to try to get doubles.
Yeah, or at least a hit.
A hit, but because and then if you get the crit, you could reroll it with point defense. But with then 3 reds with this combo, and you got your accuracies. If you get super lucky and get triple and doubles, that would actually kill Merrick outright. So, adding in blacks doesn't help you, because who cares if you get the crit on the black dice? Because you're not going to reroll it because you got the hit, and crits don't count for hits. What you want to add is in reds, and maybe a red and a blue if you need like another accuracy. If you need to get the accuracy you need or something, because you can potentially get the double hit on the reds. And you're re-rolling anyway with Flint Turbocharger Towers. So, just something to throw in there. That was something that someone told me about on a couple Batreps a couple months ago, actually, in the comments about what to add. Because I had done the same thing. I added black.
Yeah.
And he commented, you add a red and a blue, or 2 reds.
Right.
Because you re-roll it, you get to re-roll the red.
Yeah.
And you can potentially get doubles.
Yeah. So blues, of course, your accuracy.
And blues for accuracies. Yeah. Okay, and then just moving forward straight 1. Alright, we're going with Thrawn. It is a squadron command. I'm going to be doing the Thrawn engineering dial plus the engineering token I've been saving. You get 6 engineering points. And I will be just raising some shields. Raise my aft shield by 1 and raise my side shields each by 1. And that will turn. And then squadrons, my only 2 remaining. I have Merrick. Actually, you guys can see it from that angle. Okay, this was a bad angle I picked. I'll pick a different one for the picture. We'll be just trying to fight the way out of the squad ball, and then be prepared to be attacked by the escort at the end of the round. And then I have a medium range, well, it's actually a close range front to auxiliary port, and medium range side to auxiliary port into the Super Star Destroyer that has 8 health remaining. Okay, starting with my squads. We're going to go with my regular defender first, attacking the advanced that is on 2 health, because I have to. I've got these escorts in range. So, regular defender against advanced with 2 health. 2 blue, 2 black. And I got him. Barely. Say, my defender attacks this game have been a bit mediocre. But I've noticed that happens. Sometimes they also then go super hot. It's really weird.
Hot or mediocre? Well, at least it's not shooting blanks.
Right, yeah. Then, yeah, exactly. Then Merrick into the advance that has 3 health remaining. That's why I saved Merrick for this. So I have 2 damage, and then I use Merrick's ability to turn that into a hit. So that advance then goes down. Alright, so now starting with my side shot into the port auxiliary. And I'm spending my green, I don't know if I already said that, but my salvo and my green redirect to take both these shots. So the side shot first, medium range. No shields on the supporting sides. The aft and the standard port are down. Okay, and then I will accuracy your green brace.
Okay, I will burn my red brace.
Okay, so 2 damage.
No shields, I will get them.
Correct. So I'm just going to double check here for the big shot, so that everyone can know what I need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 6 more damage to take down the Annihilator. 4 red, 4 blue. Come on, Chimera. This is your first full shot. Can it be the kill shot? Not yet. Did not get a single accuracy. I will definitely be leading shots than this. I think. Because I didn't do 11 damage, which would make the brace irrelevant. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You brace to 4. Yeah, that's not happening. We're definitely leading shots, and we're just gonna... That's it.
Going for the gold.
Going for broke.
Okay.
There it is. So got the accuracy, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. Alright, so the Annihilator does go down to the Chimera. Yes, and so we will do just our standard move here. I might actually ram for my final act of bravery. Oh, just barely missing.
Precision fire and flying.
So Valen's not going to do anything, so it doesn't matter where you place him, but naturally Mauler is not, well, Mauler might actually, so just for points wise, so this is the thing guys, even though I've technically tabled Rob, points wise now, we still play through the end of the round, just to maybe help mitigate the margin of victory, like if Rob was playing this in a tournament. So, we go to the squad phase and do the Exogorth attacks, which he's in range of both my guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one do you want to do first?
Let's just do them all.
Well, the Exogorth attacks first.
Yeah, that Exogorth on the side of it, the other one can't do anything.
Right, so who do you want him to attack?
Not Mauler. Sorry.
Merrick.
They got two guys, different names.
Right, yep. Alright, so on Merrick, 2 damage, race to 1, so he's down to 3 health. And on the other defender, you might kill this defender. So 3 damage, that defender goes down to 1, and then Mauler to attack that defender at 1.
Yeah.
And you got him. Alright, so that'll be 16 points you didn't have before. We'll see if that would have made a difference in the margin of victory.
Oh yeah.
So not for winning, but just my margin of victories.
Right.
Alright guys, we will tally up the points and we'll be back at the start at the post game interview. Okay, so there we have it, and the final points came down to, I get 400, because in tournament play, when you table someone, you get 400 points regardless of what their fleet value is. So even though Rob came at 397, I still get 400 for the tabling, and I guess that would be in addition to any other victory tokens I would have gotten, but we were not playing a victory token game. And then Rob scored 48 points, which even though he still went after that last defender, you still want to do it, I think, just to make sure. But he didn't have enough that he could have killed to change the margin of victory. So the margin of victory, I had 352 margin of victory, if I'm doing my math right, which would make it a 10-1, which is the best you can do. Nice. Just since I've been on a losing streak, it's nice to do a tabling as opposed to be tabled.
Right,
and
exactly.
The past 3 games before this, I've been tabled. This has been rough. So, Rob, if you want to go first and just talk about the match, and again, thank you, Frans Odendaal, for the list. You know, again, I know you made it with my other list in mind, so this was a bit unfair. But I'll let you talk first. But I have some happy thoughts to say about the changes I made.
Okay. Alright. Well, Frans, of course, you've done a great job. You really did. I did not play it as well as I should have. Couple things was when I stopped it at 0. I did that in order to draw him out to see where he was going. And I was going to speed up and then turn or whatever. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted. The best thing was that when you did hit me with your quad, it did damage, you knocked off my shields. You're like, okay, cool. You were kind of happy with that. My next thing was engineering.
Right.
Brought it right back up. You're like, oh. So, I was very happy with that. As you can see, squadrons were a lot less than they were before, like by 2. You only went down 2 squadrons.
3. 2 defenders and Jendon I had to drop.
That's right, Jendon.
To make that fit.
So I did not send out the squadrons to go and attack his ball, which were between 2 ISTs. So I thought, okay, well, they didn't get slaughtered.
But no, you played him right, because you sent them in at the right moment to lock them down when you had Exogorths all over me, and that prevented me from going in to do bombing runs. Now, I could have sent Merrick, that I think it was round 3 when this happened, and the defender that were not locked down to do bombing runs, but I had chosen to try to maybe go take out Mauler.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, when I was attacking Mauler, I couldn't find an accuracy to save my life. So then they were just then permanently locked down, and then you wisely brought your other advance back after they did their bombing on the Kuat to lock me down again, just to keep having the Exegors attack me. So holding me down while the Exegors do their business, and while keeping yourself out of range of the Exegors. That was actually a really good play there on the squad play. I agree with you on the going to zero. That I think that really messed you up because you didn't have any other navs playing, so you couldn't turn.
Right, and that was another fault.
Yeah. The only way you can
at least one.
Again, this is Rob's first time playing the SSD, so it's very difficult to get used to the fact that you can't turn on your own. You have no clicks no matter what speed you're going.
No, you're going straight.
Yeah, so you have to have a nav dial or have Moff Gergerod as your commander to be able to turn. So if you're wanting to do turns, you have to be playing in navs.
Right.
If you don't have Gergerod.
Right.
So, Romodi, of course, didn't do anything again. It's just a curse on this channel.
You had a chance. Except you couldn't do it against Mauler.
Romodi doesn't work.
It doesn't work against
squads.
It doesn't work.
One thing we could, if just one modification, if you put Gergerod on this instead of Romodi, would make. I think that's kind of standard. Most people that play SSDs would. If I see the SSD at a tournament, I will put money on Vegas that everyone I see will have JJ as the commander.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put money down that is going to be what we see, and that would have helped you turn. So, if you would have turned round one instead of slowing down, you might have been able to get an angle to get a front shot on the Kuat, maybe. But since I was first player, you were. It was difficult. It made it easy for me to get out of range of you before you could take your shots.
Yeah.
So.
But I enjoyed the SSD. A lot of fun to play. So getting played against. But I did enjoy it. I learned a lot of things about it, and I'm planning on playing this list again. If you don't mind, Frans. Sorry. I think it's just a really fun list, and I think I'll do better and better every time I use it. So, I don't know if I put the what do you call those? The obstacles down correctly. I tried to make it so that Romodi would have a chance no matter where you go, but it was I don't know. I think your speed. I underestimated the speed you had. I think that was the thing.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that. This definitely is not a proof of anything that I've ever said in the past about prototype SSDs. This is only one game against a player that has never played it before. So, But my foundational strategy, my theorycraft strategy did play out the way I thought it would. But if you can get into the side of an SSD, it's done. But I will say this: if I did not have the Kuat, if I had, say, something lighter, medium-sized ship or something, doing those close-range attacks while Chimeras coming in behind, it would have died. Yeah. You had my Kuat down to 5 health remaining, no shields. Yeah. So it still took a pounding, and that was with me playing engineerings. Yes. I had 3 engineerings in a row for it. 2 on hit style and 1 on the Thrawn dial, just to help keep it, which I think that's going to be a tactic I'm going to use on the overall strategy of this fleet, especially if I'm playing against a list that I'm not worried about gunnery teams.
Right.
Because I'm going to be using the Kuat as my blunt force hammer that's going to be taking all the hits. Now, this is going to be interesting when I want gunnery teams. Trying to figure out how to get the con fires, also getting the navigating I want to do, also getting healing done to try to. That's a lot of commands that I have to try. So, the next game you guys see that we will be playing today, I think we'll have more ships. I have no idea what it is. Rob hasn't told me yet. And that'll be coming out in a couple days. We're going to try to get to today. That's when I'm going to have to really rethink about how I'm going to have to plan my dials. You guys notice I was kind of a little off on my dial planning and scheduling because this is a completely different style list on how I utilize the Thrawn dials when I want to plan on the ships. Overall, though, I will say I liked it, and I will say that I'm going to. We'll see as I play more if I maintain this, but I think it's almost up to confirming that this is, I think, a cheese list. I would never bring this against in a casual game because it's just oppressive, that Kuat, and combined with an ISD2.
Yes.
And
But Thrawn is too.
with
Thrawn.
the flexibility of Thrawn
Thrawn,
and
yeah.
the flexibility of my fleet commands.
Mhm.
And even though I dropped 2 defenders in Jendon, I have much less squads than I normally like. 3 defenders in Merrick can still hang.
Yeah.
And 3 defenders in Merrick, if I face a squad heavy list with like lots of bombers, I can just send them in to start attacking and lock those bombers down while I send my Star Destroyers to just go start wrecking the my opponent's carriers. So
Defenders are good no matter what.
no matter what,
I think they're really good.
yeah. I mean, you guys know, I think they're the best squadron in the game, but pound for pound, you could maybe, but I don't know. I'm biased. But I'm going to stick with this list for the second game for today, and I think for the next few games that I'm going to try to get in this week with Robbie and maybe with Aaron again, to see how it goes and see if I'm okay with it. There's still part of me that just feels dirty running it, and also the fact that it's not my original list I put together. But what helps calm my OCD is that I have my Chimera with Vanto back, so that helps soothe some of the turmoil that's going on internally for me.
Well, remember, you're going into tournament though.
Yeah, so I need to bring something that's nasty.
You can't bring all
Yeah.
your thematic stuff
Yeah.
because
But
that is going to say, that's nice. Wow.
Yeah. But the nice thing about this is I do have the major parts of my thematic.
Right.
So that's why I'm not. That's why
Thrawn
I'm
on this
still
Chimera with
built the
Vanto.
way that I like with Vanto, and I have defenders. So I think this could actually be very strong with my Kuat being the hammer. I will say I was able to get 2 shots with the expanded launchers.
Yes, you were.
Still didn't make up the points.
No, but you make.
And I've seen some comments from the video that posted. I was looking at comments already. This is like the future and the past and the future that's happening right now.
Okay.
But people saying that they really don't like expanded launchers because it's so expensive. They say external racks, which is a fair point. I will say this though, just as I'll mention in the comments when I reply to your guys' comments. The reason why I like expanded launchers on the Kuat, because the purpose I have of the Kuat with gunnery teams is to fly into the opponent's face and to really deal with MSU fleets.
Right.
I'm going to be really, really trying with the Kuat to get in the face of 2 hard cells, or a hard cell and a Requisite, or 2 CR90s, or whatever MSU, and then gunnery team, 10 dice, 10 dice.
Right.
Can't do that with expanded launchers.
Plus only one shot.
Or I mean with external racks.
Yeah. And if the one shot, would you have that second nice shot on this thing?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. This. I
got this.
I would have had to go round 6 to kill this.
Yeah.
So
that would have been deadly for your co-op.
Yeah. You might have killed my. Yeah, it's possible. So yeah, it's one of those where I think even though they are very expensive, the purpose that my Kuat is serving in this list, it's worth the cost. And I think if I can at least, and going up against an MSU list, I think I'm going to get the cost back because I'm going to be firing twice up the front, at least once against 2 ships.
Okay.
Should be at close range, and possibly twice, which would then be 4 attacks, which make up its points. I mean, it's all this, but I'm just trying to justify and just say that for the purpose of the Kuat that I'm using it for, to attack multiple ships out the front at close range and just get in their face. Most lists I want to be that careful with the Kuat. This one I had to be careful because I couldn't just go up your nose because then you would actually drop.
I would have loved that,
Yeah.
actually.
A lot of other fleets I faced though, like the one that you guys saw a day or 2 ago against Robbie with his triple hard cell and the Providence. If I would have had this list, I would have just sent my Kuat right into the midst of those hard cells, charge them. Who cares if they shoot me, and then just blap, hard cells disappear in 2 turns. So it's now the Kuat might eventually die to that, but then
Thrawn comes in
and cleans up. So I think for its purpose, I think it's worth the expanded launchers combined with gunnery teams combined with leading shots to make sure I get the rerolls I need.
Right.
So
now we were talking Ben and I after we had finished doing points and stuff like that. I said that I had been making a similar list. It was going to be 3, well, not 3 ISDs of course, but it was going to be a victory and 2 ISDs. The victory was going to be a sniper. One of the ISDs was going to be a brawler right in your face, like his quad, basically. And then the other one was going to be, I think it was going to basically be a squadron or some kind of like that. I can't remember what the top of my head was going to be.
that's a lot of points. Most of them have been naked.
Yeah.
Star Destroyers.
They basically
That still is a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
And a lot of hit points. I'd be interested to see that whenever you want to run it.
Yep. So when I get it fine-tuned,
Right.
yeah, I will do that. But yeah, it's an interesting one to play. So I could see what he was doing with the brawler, and I was like, that's not good. And that's kind of one reason why I went to 0 was to see where he's going, so that way I can attack and hit him right away. And I think I got 2 first.
No, you did not double arc me the first time. You got auxiliary port, and then it was the second shot you got a double.
Okay.
It was your aft and your auxiliary port. But
okay. But
it was I think if you run this again, and like I said, you want to try it again, and as you learn it,
right.
I think the importance of nabs is so important.
Definitely. Yes.
Even if you have Gergerod, I think the nabs are important just so that you can get the maneuverability you need.
Yep.
Because even just be able to turn one click on round 1 instead of going to 0, actually that would have made it impossible for my Kuat to get out of your front arc for the next round. Mm-hmm. And then you would have been able to hammer me hard. And then I would have been out in front arc, but after that I would have taken your full front arc at once. And once is all is needed, because then my Kuat goes down, I think, after that, after the next couple rounds. But yeah, just one shot from the front arc of this SSD could be devastating to anything. And but that's the key to these things. If you get to the side, it just neuters them so much, which is why I don't like them in 400-point games. The reason why I don't mind them in the larger games, in narrative games, because the Executor is so much more powerful. It's 33 health. Your attack dice on the sides go up significantly. You get 5 shields on the sides instead of 3. It feels like a super Star Destroyer, like it should. Yeah. These things just feel, I'll take Star Destroyers over these any day in a 400-point game, just because of the maneuverability, because these are so easy to outmaneuver, especially at the speed. Now, let's say you're going to take this up against a Starhawk or some MC-80s that can only move speed 2. Yeah. You just point them at them and then just see who drops first. Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like tank versus tank, and I think this one wins that.
I think so.
But I like running ISDs. They can move speed 3, get the maneuverability. It's it just, and then I think it's gonna be a problem with Separatists and even Republic, just because anything that goes speed 3 or faster can get to the side of an SSD, and then just neuter its ability to do damage. But anyway, those are my opinions. Yep. I know they're controversial. I know people that love SSDs. So let me know what your guys' tournament SSD lists are. But again, for the giveaway, Recusent or $50 store credit, Admiral Taylor's Ship Shop. It'll be the choice of the winner. And to enter in, just make sure you subscribe and to comment about the battle. Let me know what you think about this, my new list. The heavily modified, it's completely different now. Let me know what you guys think about it and my core strategy behind it. And let me know what you guys, what kind of, I don't think we'll have time to get to it, but maybe in the future, what kind of SSD list would you make if you were going to a tournament and you wanted to bring an SSD?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So a tournament-ready SSD list, you maybe, for those of you that are SSD players, that will also just, don't worry about emailing Social General Rob and that, just because we're not going to have time.
Before he goes to his tournament.
Before I go to my tournament, we'll have time. So unfortunately, I'm not going to say we're not accepting submissions. You can send them in, and we'll just put them in the normal queue for normal play. Right. But as far as being able to get to them before I go to the tournament, probably not. But I would like to know what your guys' thoughts are on an SSD and 400-point play. And, prove me wrong. I mean, I'm willing to be proven wrong in the comments, especially if you show me, like, how you break it out. Maybe put, like, a Gazanti to support that kind of thing.
Yeah, so, like with a paracrew or something.
With paracrew or something.
Yeah, something
and to help you with activations, that kind of thing.
Like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So anyway, put those in the comments below, and that'll enter you in for the giveaway. And thank you, Rob, for the battle.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Frans, for submitting the list so much and all the support you've been giving us. And thank you to everybody for watching, the subscribers. We're over 400 subscribers now, which is huge.
Great. Wonderful.
And big thanks and shout out to you guys for that. It's a pretty awesome milestone.
Yes, it is.
So, until next time, guys, take it easy.